Good morning. Nice to have you join us today. A very wintry feel outside this morning. Kevin Fuerst is here with Fuerst Financial Group. And you know what? I wish I had a Santa Claus hat to put on you this morning because you didn't really come to talk money, although we will talk money, but you came to talk the emotion behind the money, which is for you gratitude, perfect for the season that we're in.
Yeah, I think people tend to, especially this day and time, they compare themselves to their media friends or social media groups, and everybody's unique and different. And I really am not a big social media guy.
We were having this conversation.
And so I think you lose that that feeling of gratitude because sometimes we compare ourselves to other people, especially financially or where we're going and travel, and that's all tied together. And so I think you have to set, look into the new year, set goals for yourself that you want to do, and then when the year's over, which is where we're at now, look back and see, did you hit the goals that you wanted for yourself?
So I quote you often. You don't know it, but I do. And this is, if you know me, you may have heard me say this phrase before. Oh, I have a friend who says you have to watch a thing to change a thing. Yep. So a lot of us right now, Kevin, are watching our money go with buying Christmas presents and that kind of thing. Right. Again, back to the gratitude. Yep. If you're buying out of love and because you really want to do this for the person you're buying for, that's a good buy. Right. If you're doing it out of obligation and what social media tells you to do, maybe that's a bad buy. I definitely think so. I think you have to just set parameters for yourself. And it feels maybe, on the initially it may feel stuffy, or I'm not, I need to spend this much, or I need to get this thing, whatever that thing is. And really, it's spending time together, making those memories, to me, that matter more. And so you have to try to find a way to do that and be grateful for where you're at. Right. To one person, $1 million seems unattainable, but you can be thankful at 100, 250, 300. You can be grateful along the way and set those, and that's why you set goals at the end of the year, first of the year, because you want to look back at what you've accomplished, not what it appears that someone else is doing on social media. So this is this, hustle and bustle season, but would you recommend maybe taking a morning and having a second cup of coffee and just making some notes about what the use of your money should be for your own satisfaction? Yeah, I think it's a great idea. I think it's more than just one morning. I think you have to really put some time in it. Talk to your spouse, talk to your kids, talk to whoever your family is part of your family, and make those decisions for yourself. And then constantly compare yourself to yourself and be thankful and have that grateful attitude when you've hit some of those goals. Sometimes we'll hit our goals and just keep going. And I think, man, I didn't really stop and just think. That was a monumental goal that I had. Right. I hit that goal and I didn't even recognize it or celebrate it. I just kind of went on, okay, what's next? And I know you can't really, you have to make sure that your own life is taken care of and that you're meeting all the needs. But you do look around, especially in our country, the amount that we have in comparison to other people. Yeah, and and I mentioned it, there's two sides of it. There's the person that's first starting out and realizing, hey, I need to put a plan together. And then there's also people that have more money than what they know what to do with, and they still have it. They still don't feel complete. They still feel like there's more money they have to get. I've heard the expression, the ceiling of complexity. You get to a place and you think that was a goal 4 or 5 years ago, and now you're twice what you thought you wanted, and you still want more. So we always talk about my mother and your mother-in-law. Oh, yes, they're both 94, my mom and Kevin's mother-in-law. So I'll tell you a quick story. I was talking to my mom last night. I have a niece who lives in Virginia, and this niece has 2 little girls. And I think by the time you get 94, my mom tells me often, you just get kind of emotional. She cries easily. Oh. But she was getting teary last night because you know what she's doing for them? I can't imagine. She is sending the little girls, who are 3 and 6, money. My brother said, Mom, please don't, but she is sending them change through the mail so that they can go and put it in the Salvation Army kettle.
Oh, that's great.
Because she wants them to experience giving.
Yeah.
And it's a real strong memory for her as a little girl in the Depression, what those Salvation Army kettles meant.
Yeah.
And that's what she wants to continue to do for now her great grandchildren. That's kind of the gratitude.
Yeah, and it's also putting in, she's instilling in the grandchildren.
That's her desire.
A concept of being charitable, which I think is great. I do a similar thing with my grandkids. We have money meetings every time they come over. And so my job is to get quarters, nickels, dimes, so that we can put it in their jar. In their little jar they have, you put the coin in, and it counts it for them.
Oh yeah.
So we had a celebration not too long ago. We got to 100. Everybody has $100 now, and so but that's been going on for quite a while, a couple of years, maybe a year and a half, something like that. We've been putting pennies and dimes and nickels,
so
and now they've all got 100, and it was a big thing. They're really proud of it, but it's gratitude, and also you're instilling principles into them.
Okay, so I will say this to come back to you at Fuerst Financial, because the next few weeks will be crazy for everybody, and then those January flats will kick in, and people will think about what they want to do in 2025. And choosing the financial advisor that's going to fit your own perspective of life is really important.
Correct.
So will you be open to people reaching out to you?
Of course, we always are.
Okay.
And I think we have kind of a laid back process that we walk through. We want to make sure it's a good fit for both parties. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. We don't judge, we just try to make sure that we're able to help somebody actually accomplish some of their goals, their dreams, and put their plans together. Most people don't have somebody for whatever reason. I think it's always good to have somebody, of course. I think you should have somebody, but I see the benefit in it.
Yeah. Well, in our list of blessings that we count, you're right there at the top.
All right.
So
well,
thanks
thank
for
you.
your smile.
All right, thank you.
You will find them at Fuerst Financial Group. Their website is easy to remember. It's growkeepleave.com. And remember his little phrase, you have to watch a thing to change a thing.
Yep.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.